this is Gilles, the radio prepper. I'm up in the mountains again, going to the Plateau de Caussols. You've seen it before. Last week I went to the Col d'Aise to test the President Grant, but didn't make any contact. The band was absolutely closed. There was no propagation. And here we are again at the Col d'Aise with this magnificent view. And I think I found a good spot to park here. Bonsoir, ici Golf 9 Lima, Golf 9 Lima, à l'écoute. Great view, of course, so it wasn't a trip for nothing. But today I left a little bit late. I left a little bit after 2 p.m. It takes about an hour to get there, and it's pretty high up. As I'm climbing here, I see my diesel gauge is plummeting. So if you guys want to go to patreon.com and help me out with the diesel for my next expedition, please do so. You guys on Patreon are my lifeline, I'll tell you. I couldn't thank you enough. I also brought my VRM 5080, the VHF military radio, and we'll see how that goes. I think it's pretty windy today, so of course I'll be operating the CB inside the car, so no problem there, but the VRM I'm not sure. For the sound might be a problem. As you can see, it's quite sunny today. It's gonna be a little chilly up there, but the sun helps a lot. I'll probably stay until sundown. You can actually see a little bit of snow here, which is amazing. Well, it's not amazing when January, but it's pretty warm in Antibes, you know, down there, so there's no snow there. But here, certainly. It's just a little bit weird to see snow on the side of the road when it's, you know, kind of not that cold outside. Getting quite snowy here, so I'm going to lock the hubs. Locking my front hubs means that I can switch from four-wheel drive to two-wheel drive now without getting out of the car. And everywhere there is a little bit of sun, the snow has melted. And I have another Land Cruiser in front of me, same model. Awesome. It's really climbing hard here. I'm on second gear and I don't want to switch to third. Sorry, we'll get to radio very soon. I know I've been talking about my four-wheel drive and I'm just excited, guys. Bonjour, ici Golf 9 Lima, Golf 9 Lima, Golf 9 Lima, à l'écoute. Well guys, it's very windy and it's pretty darn cold, and actually it's starting to snow, but the view, as you can see behind me, is absolutely amazing, and I have a good view all around, so for radio it should be pretty good. So I'll get into the car. I'm not going to operate outside. There is no way I'm gonna freeze my behind off. Here outside it's very it's probably below zero, actually below freezing Celsius, but I can feel it in my fingers. So it's gonna be car mobile operations, but we have a very good point of view here and a very good spot for to get those radio waves pretty far. Let's give it a shot. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, 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 ici Golf 9 Lima, Golf 9 Lima, à l'écoute. going to take the squelch off. If there is a weak signal, I want to hear it. CQ, CQ, CQ. Appel général de Golf 9 Lima. Golf 9 Lima. Y a-t-il quelqu'un en fréquence? I'm really surprised that nobody is here on channel 19. LSB, FM, USB, LSB. Channel for USB calling, LSB calling is I think 37. I'll try that. CQ, 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 CQ. Ici Golf 9 Lima, Golf 9 Lima, Golf 9 Lima. Over. Propagation might be totally down today. USB. The microphone has up and down buttons. So the President Grant 2, I think it's a pretty good radio. You have the volume here, automatic squelch, mode selection, locking, Roger beep, I took that off. SWR meter, which is awesome. The noise blanker filter works really well. The scanning also, you scan about 10 channels per second, and 9 and 19 channel selectors, automatic. Vox, I won't use that probably. You can change the color of the display. You have the dimmer here. Local DX, that's the reception sensitivity. My French is coming back. Mic gain, high, low. A few memories. Clarifier, RIT basically, receive RIT, and channel selection. The only thing that bothers me with the President Grant 2 is that the screen is an LCD. LCD is liquid crystal display, and you know what happens to liquids when it gets below freezing? Yep, the screen won't work. I would rather have it just an LED screen, you know, quite simple like before, and I would be happier with that. But hey, yeah, it's a good radio. And that's the problem with CB, is that it doesn't skip very often. It's a high frequency. It's the top of HF. It's 27 megahertz. So it doesn't skip often. And so it leaves you with basically local communications, which is good, but if you want more than that, you would have to get an amateur license, and I really suggest you do, and get into lower bands. The stereo antenna you see here has held up pretty well. And I've been using it for, well, it's been what, 3 weeks now, 2 weeks? And no trouble, although it's pretty tall. I mean, you have to be really careful and, you know, certainly not enter any parking or anything like that. But it seems to be very efficient. And I will see, time will tell, but I'm pretty happy with it. Stereo Performer 5000. And I need to talk to you guys, and girls maybe, about CB amps. CB amps are dirty little things. They're cheap, and a good amp is not cheap. A good amp has good filtering, and CB amps do not. And if you use a CB amp, you're going to splatter many frequencies, multiples of, you know, your harmonics are going to be heard on many frequencies, multiple of your frequency. So someone might hear you, you know, on 3 times your frequency. They're going to hear you loud and clear. And this can cause a lot of trouble to a lot of communication systems. Don't use CB amps. Also for the good reason that you don't need one. You don't need much power to make very, very long distance contacts, thousands of kilometers. And if you're not convinced of that, watch my videos, because you're going to see it. Don't use an amp. Amps also have a cost, and that's in amps. You're going to drain your batteries extremely fast. In portable operations, you know, SHTF situations, you can't afford to run an amp, so ditch it. You don't need it. CQ, 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 CQ. Ici Golf 9 Lima, Golf 9 Lima, Golf 9 Lima qui appelle du Plateau de Caussols. Y a-t-il quelqu'un en fréquence? Nothing. Let's go look at how fast the weather can change here. And yeah, it's snowing. It's blowing snow, not very hard, but still. So I'm not going to set up the VRM 5080. And I damaged my door with the wind. I let it go, and I think a well gave out. Something I don't need right now, that's for sure. Breaking my door now, that's I can't believe I let that go when I opened it. I think it bent the so I think a weld broke, and something got bent here, and I can barely open it now. That's gonna cost me, but hey, that's life. Let's try to scan a bit. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Well guys, I'm sorry about that. This is totally independent of my will, of course. That's radio, and CB radio, you know, it's only one band, only 40 channels. You can't go any lower in frequency, and that's a problem when there is no propagation. And even here, I can't raise anyone on the local frequencies, so I mean 19 AM, and that's the calling channel, and there's absolutely nobody there. And I do hear some conversations sometimes on my way to work, and but otherwise there aren't many people on CB. There are still a few left, but is it enough? I don't know. I think in case of an SHTF situation, people would bring them back out, because they have them in their closet, you know, basements, whatever, and I think they might bring them back out, and some of them might still work, and we would have use for CB in an SHTF situation. But channel 15. It's faint, but I can hear someone. Conversation. Well, proof is then there are still some people on CB. Not too many, I'm guessing, but if that's all you have, CB isn't a bad bet. Still good for local, like I said. Long distance? Nah. Unreliable. Maybe in a few years, when the sun cycle, the solar cycle gets back up, 4 or 5 years from now, 6 years from now, that would be good. But it would be good. But now, not so much. Someone is talking. A wife is talking to her husband, probably. She's in a car. She says she's gonna turn around. She's stuck somewhere. Call C. Bonjour, ici Golf 9 Lima. Golf 9 Lima au Plateau de Caussols. Vous me recevez? That was interesting. There are still some people using it, of course, and so again, it's a matter of do you need local communications or long distance communications? If you need local, great. If you need long distance, not so reliable. Have a good one.